He wasn't sick anymore. He was dead. Not unconscious, not barely breathing, dead. 4 days in a tomb. 4. That detail matters, because in that culture, after 4 days, hope was officially gone. The body would begin to decay, the smell would confirm it, and everyone knew it. His sisters had already cried until their voices cracked. The funeral was done, the stone was rolled in place, mourners had gone home. It was over. And that's when Jesus showed up, late. That's how it felt. When word first reached him that Lazarus was sick, everyone expected urgency. Instead, he waited. 2 whole days, no rush, no panic. By the time he arrived in Bethany, Lazarus had been in the tomb 4 days. Martha ran to him first, and she didn't hide her disappointment. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." That sentence still echoes in hospitals, at gravesides, and broken prayers. If you had been here, Jesus didn't apologize. He said something strange. "Your brother will rise again." Martha thought he meant someday, at the resurrection, in the distant future. But Jesus wasn't talking about later. He walked toward the tomb. Crowds followed, people whispering, skeptical, confused. Some were angry. He opened blind eyes. Couldn't he have stopped this? The tomb stood sealed with a heavy stone, cold, final. Jesus gave a command that made everyone uncomfortable. "Take away the stone." Martha panicked. "Lord, by now there is a bad odor. It has been 4 days. In other words, this is irreversible. This is beyond healing, beyond fixing, beyond hope." Jesus looked at her and said, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" The stone was rolled away. The smell hit first. 4 days. Silence filled the air. Then Jesus did something no one expected. He didn't whisper. He didn't perform a ritual. He shouted, "Lazarus, come out." Not a speech, not a ceremony, 2 words that tore through death. And then movement. Inside the tomb, shuffling, gasps from the crowd. A figure appeared at the entrance, wrapped in grave clothes, face covered, walking, alive. The man who had been dead for 4 days walked out of his own funeral. People stepped back in fear. Jesus calmly said, "Unbind him and let him go." And just like that, death had been publicly embarrassed. But here's what makes this story even deeper. Jesus knew this would happen. He told his disciples before they arrived, "This sickness will not end in death." He delayed on purpose. Why? Because healing a sick man is powerful, but resurrecting a 4-day-old corpse? Unforgettable. This wasn't just compassion, it was a declaration. Death is not final when the author of life is present. And here's the detail most people miss. Before Jesus called Lazarus out, he wept. Shortest verse in the Bible. 2 words, Jesus wept. He knew he would raise him, yet he still felt the pain. Which means something powerful. God doesn't just fix suffering, he enters it. Lazarus walked out alive, but the miracle did something else. It ignited controversy, it intensified opposition, it accelerated the events that would lead to the cross. Because from that day on, people couldn't ignore him anymore. He didn't just heal, he reversed the irreversible. And that raises a terrifying, beautiful question. What if the thing you think is dead is only waiting for a voice? 4 days, sealed, hopeless, finished until Jesus arrived.